farmers, welcome back to Hinterland. As you can see, I'm in the grass field. We're making, well, we're going to be making some silage bales this afternoon in the month of November. Cutting grass, no conditioner in it whatsoever because we're going to use a tedder and we're going to ted the grass over to semi-dry grass because apparently we should get bigger bales compared to the conditioned grass, which was 6,500 liters per bale. We'll see what we get with semi-dry grass. I have no idea. But we're getting the grass cut. November, well, the sun's going to be setting here in a couple of hours, so I got to get this done. But I've been busy in between episodes. Conditioned grass bales have come out of the bale shed. I wrapped those up in different color foil, but at this point, I'm starting to get so many different color bales in the silage bale shed. It's starting to be a little bit difficult remembering what color is from what year. And, well, I don't know how it determines what bales it spits out. So I don't know if it's taking out the older ones compared to the newer ones. But, you know, it's kind of fun and interesting to do it that way. But anyways, yeah, we're going to be making some silage bales today. I also took out straw bales, gave them to the cows because they need bedding, which is important because with straw in there, we'll get solid manure, and we're getting kind of low on that. Potato production is still ongoing. I think I'm about halfway through the potatoes, but like a hot potato, it's going through them rather quickly. We're getting a good amount of pig food, premium potatoes, and of course seed potatoes. And pretty much that is going to be about it. I think that's all I've done. I did have a look at the stock market page to see what I want to sell later on here so we can wrap up November. We do have a good amount of things to sell, probably get us up to like 150, 175 possibly in the bank account. So that'll go towards our loan, of course. We'll get our $100,000 per month I want to pay off in there at least, but we'll see how much we actually get in total once we get these silage bales made. But I just gotta go ahead and cut the grass. See, now the grass is not at its full height, so the yield's not gonna be as great as we've had in the past. But we're going to get off it when we get off it. With winter coming, might as well go ahead and cut it and get the use out of it. But I will say, for November, it being November, we're in the middle of the afternoon. Being 74 degrees out, that is a warm November, at least where I'm from. That's a warm November. So since we only play one day per month, and seeing that we're 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we're like around November 20th. So 74 degrees out. That's pretty darn warm. But, you know, I'm not going to complain because when winter gets here, we complain how cold it gets. Yeah, the frames are going to drop down here because we're getting closer to that shed. Every time we get down this end of the field and closer to the shed, the frames start to drop little by little. I am hoping at some point, though, I'll sell something out of that shed and it'll clear up, but I'm not having high hopes for it. Yeah, see, right here, it's not that bad. I am noticing, though, when I do talk about the frame rate dropping down by that shed, that when I go to edit the video, it doesn't really seem to appear that bad at all. So, yeah, I won't mention it too much anymore because you guys don't see it, and it doesn't need to be mentioned that much anymore, I don't think. Okay, so there's that grass. So I could have put the tedder on the back of the Krone Big M, and then tended the grass as I mowed it, but I figured I wanted to role play just a little bit by cutting the grass, kind of let it set and let it somewhat dry on its own. Don't really have to, of course. But I think in real life, if this was November, like it is, the grass behind us, I don't think that would dry at all because that's already in the shade. So unless it was like a really windy, dry day, that grass probably wouldn't dry that well. But that's why we got a tedder, and with Maizeplus, we can use the tedder to ted the grass in any condition we almost want it to. And I'm trying to think if I've done semi-dry grass yet. I don't think so. But I'm hoping the bales are maybe like 1,500 liters bigger compared to the conditioned grass, because that would fill up my TMR mixer better. Just because of the ratio I put in, which is 2 hay bales, 6 silage bales. If the bales are much bigger, I'm going to have to be kind of careful and learn the quote-unquote new recipe for dairy cattle for silage. But other than that, the farm is doing well. Like I said, I got a lot of work done. I was trying to think of what other fields I could be working in this year, and I think the time that we're at is just going to have to wait until next year. Just don't have that much time. I realize I could technically stop time. I think there is actually a mod out there where you can actually have the time scale at 0 and still work. But I don't have any mods for time scaling. I think the lowest I can go is 0.5, right? Base game, you can go down to 0.5. Yeah. We'll leave it at times 2. Don't need to go too slow on time. So last episode, we got rather lucky getting that man truck in the sale page. I'm going to have to start wishing for more things on Goldcrest Valley, although in that series we're doing rather well too. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to buy, another truck would be nice unless there's one for sale. Like, let's check. And there is one. Of course, on Goldcrest Valley, I'm constantly checking the sales page for reasons, as you know. And also last episode, we did the oilseed radish. And yeah, I just, for oilseed radish for precision farming, not really worth it, but at least now you know what it does. And if you wanted to do it with precision farming, base game, I think it is worth one stage of fertilization. Actually, on Cylindra, is it 2 stages of fertilization? Because wasn't it in FS19 that we needed actually 3 stages of fertilization in the base game? It's been a while now, I kind of forgot. But I think it was 3 fertilizing stages in the base game in 19, but now it's back to 2, right? Yeah, I think it's back to 2 because on Cylindra, I didn't do precision farming. Did I? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I did precision farming on Cylindra. And I think it was only 2 stages of fertilization. But either way. It's been a long time since I did oilseed radish. And probably won't use it again because usually when I do a map, I like to do precision farming. Alright, so we are done with the Royal. Yeah, the Royal. Sorry, I got other things in my mind. The Big Crone M. Pull that on up. Let's bring that back to the farm. And now I'm just going to go around in TED only, and we're going to do that with the JCB. And then after we TED, then we'll go back around, we'll grab the windrower, and we'll windrow in the JCB. The John Deere will follow us with a baler, and the Voltra will follow the John Deere and wrap the bales. I got the little glitch to where the mowers on the on the Big M kind of bounce around like that. Hasn't happened to me in a while. Let's scoot that in here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and park it by the wash station so I can give it a good rinse later on. Well, the whole line of stuff. And teleport to the JCB. All right, bring up the HUD so I can TED the grass to the right condition. Alright, so you can see in the upper left-hand corner, almost at the bottom of the help menu. Alright, so I switched it from base game to condition. We don't want condition, we want semi-dry. What does semi-dry grass look like? Alright, so it's just a more of a darker green. Yeah, I thought about windrowing right behind me, but the windrower is wider than the tedder, so I didn't want to get just regular wet grass mixed in with the semi-dry grass, because then I don't want to change more grass back to the wet grass. It's not going to take me too long. I mean, this is a pretty big implement. And at 9 miles an hour, we'll get it done rather quickly. At least I hope. because this is the only job I got left other than taking care of the factories as I move along, and of course do some selling later on. But we can do the selling when it gets dark. I try not to, because then you guys can't really see too much. But I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think because it was asked in a previous episode, not a couple days ago, but apparently they're catching up to the series. Just want to know how long this series is going to go, and I think once we pay off the loan, we'll probably be done. I mean, we're talking a ways off. I mean, my goal is to have it paid off by the end of next season. I think we're like on episode 63. This is. Hope I'm right on that. At this point, that would mean we'll probably go at least till episode 80 for sure, and maybe a little bit longer than that. But yeah, once the loan's paid off, I think I've done. I wanted to try out Maizeplus. I haven't tried everything in Maizeplus, of course, because there's a lot of ways that you can, use Maizeplus and how you want to use it. I probably use Maizeplus like 25% of what it's capable of doing, or giving you the opportunity to do. And as of right now, I would say Maizeplus probably, I think it's okay, but I don't think it's quite fits my style. I would like more of the style, like for doing grass, as we're doing. I kind of like more of the style the way Seasons was in 19, as I mentioned that many times before. I just like the way that was. I wish they could bring that back in the mod somehow, and I'm surprised someone hasn't done so yet. But if they have and I missed it, please let me know, because I would love to do a let's play on the way Seasons was in 19, or at least the way the grass was in Make Hay, because it was a little bit more into it than what Maizeplus. I was kind of hoping Maizeplus was going to have that. And of course, we're doing the Maizeplus food add-on, and the cows, of course, are just making a whole bunch of material for us. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping by the end of next season that we have paid off the $10 million loan that we had, which currently we're trying to get down to $6 million by the end of today. I don't think that's going to happen. Could I possibly get? I mean, we should be able to do that though by the end of the season, because we got one more month. And with the 20 new cows that we got this morning, by the time tomorrow rolls around, we should have more manure and slurry to bring over to the BGA. Of course, to be processed in electricity, and that's usually like about $100,000. So I think we're at 6.3 million, right? 6.3, I think, is what we're at. All right, so we're a little bit higher than 6.3. So getting down to 6 million, then next year try to pay off $6 million on the loan. It's possible, because we have upgraded a lot of production buildings this year. So, just keep the ball rolling. That's all we're trying to do. But today, we're trying to figure out how big, some of you probably know, how big are the semi-dry grass bales compared to the conditioned grass. Now, conditioned grass bales, as I said, 6.5 thousand liters. So I'm hoping somewhere around 8 would be nice. It just reduces the amount of bales that we have. You may, if some of you have been around long enough, in FS19, I did the Pacific Northwest on that map, and I did the challenge of paying off a $55 million loan. Yeah, you heard it correctly. And on that map there, I had a huge grass field where I was doing nothing but silage bales in. And after the first couple times, I was tired of how many bales I had, and I modified the XML files so the baler would do 20,000 liter bales, and that helped out a lot in the wrapping process. And that's also where I learned how to modify the wrapper to wrap a little bit faster, because as we know, the base game Coon wrapper is kind of, I mean, it's not slow, but when you got, I think at the time I was doing like 200 bales in that field every couple days. I was like, that's a lot of bales. It took a while, so reducing the amount of bales from 4,000 liters, I think it was the base game in 19, to 20,000, and then speeding up the wrapper. That made that job a little bit easier. But anyways, I'm going to continue on tedding this grass into semi-dry grass. Of course, I got this field and that field over there to do. So it'll probably take me like 5 to 10 minutes or so. And then when we come back, I'll put the tedder away. We'll grab the windrower and the John Deere, and we'll get the train going. We're going to have me in the JCB with the windrower, and we'll have the Francine, or whoever in the John Deere, and someone also in the Valtra, and they'll be wrapping the bales. Closer to 10 minutes, I think, to get this far. I did slow down the time scale to real time just because the sun seems to be getting really low really fast, and I didn't want to be doing any field work in the dark, and it's got to be done today because knowing my luck, the first time I would leave the grass in the field and say, well, it's not going to snow in December, because it never does, we'd wake up with a couple feet of snow on the ground or something. I have no idea. Not very often I get snow in the winter, but this would be the winter it would. Oh yeah, I also need to check on, because a few people have asked about the stone pine trees up on the hill. I need to go up there and just check on those to see. I think we checked on it not long ago, but a couple people asked about it again, so we'll go back on up. I think they're got one more growth stage to go. I want to say we checked it in October, but October was like 3 episodes long. And November here, I don't know, at least the 2nd episode for sure. I'm just hoping these semi-dry grass bales are going to be, I don't want to say a lot bigger, but going from 6,500, I hope it's at least 8,000. Because if it's not, then I probably won't do it again, just because the extra work I got to do. And if it's only just to get bigger bales and they're not that much bigger, then it's, in my opinion, it wouldn't be worth it. I got plenty of other work, around the farm to do. And if it just saves me from having to put a, one less bale in the TMR mixer or something, it all depends, right? We'll find out here very shortly. But before we go ahead, and I am done tedding down, by the way, before we get over to windrowing, baling, wrapping, I think we're going to go over to the production buildings, and I got to take care of that. I got to go over there because I got to get the potatoes put in the production building. But while I'm over there, I think our flatbed with a Volvo truck, I think that is just about full of potatoes in all shape, form, and sizes and whatnot. Pig food, premium food, premium potatoes, and seed potatoes. That needs to be put away in storage because it's full, and we got to keep emptying out the production building. But while we're over there, we might as well have a look to see what we can sell and where to sell it. Let me go ahead and put the tedder away. Not going to bother washing that. I think mostly it's somewhat good. It's not too dirty. And it must be conditioned grass that's in the baler, because I think I did the... Am I actually hitting that baler? Apparently I am. But I think the last time I used the baler would be where our new grass field is. Don't think I've done anything else. And I don't know how much is in there, but hopefully it'll convert right over to semi-dry. Let's get this lined up. Alright, that's all set to go. Alright, let's jump on over to the Volvo truck, which is over here. Actually, no, let's jump into the Volvo wheel loader. I just realized Volvo wheel loader and Volvo truck over here taking care of the potatoes. I'm going to assume that is probably gone through 40,000 liters that were in there. Make sure I go closer to the front to dump off the potatoes. Don't go too far back because the trigger is more towards the front. If you go too far back, then you just dump the potatoes on the ground. And good luck picking those back up. It's been a fun little production building. But of course, as I mentioned, I did edit the production building myself a little bit to hold twice as many potatoes, and of course the bags, they go from 1,000 liters up to 4, just because with 1,000 liters, yeah, that was just a lot of potatoes. I'm just trying to understand the person that made the mod, or why they made such small capacities for it. I kind of forgot, was that load number? I think it was load number 3. I don't want to overload it. In being holding such small capacities, when usually potatoes, you're going to get a lot of potatoes. And if someone says, well, if you were on a small farm, you're going to get small little potatoes. Well, if you're on a small farm, that's a lot of money to put in this potato production. I do believe this costs just shy of $300,000 for the potato production. You got to go through a lot of potatoes to get your money back on it. But I mean, other than the number side of it, for me anyway, it's just my opinion, I do like the production part of it. If you're looking to get some pig food out of it, premium potatoes. You can see that trigger's way in the front. Let's grab what we can here. I'm pretty sure more are going to come out, so we'll fill this up. While we're waiting, oh, every time I go in here now it won't auto load. Well, that's no problem. Let's go ahead and, no, wrong page, this page here. So we're looking for dark green values. I really don't look at when's the best time to sell it, other than if I'm wondering, I got a lot of material, when is the best time, then I'll look. But when it comes time to selling right now, I just look over here at the value and I'm looking for the dark green colors, basically. Canola oil, I could sell. Okay, that goes to the selling lodge, very big. I know what that is. Liquid fertilizer, no, we don't sell that. Pig food goes to the port. So we got almost $40,000 worth there. Prefab walls, I just sold those. Wood beams go to the port. So wood beams and pig food and straw crates all go to the port. So we'll go put this in. So pig food, long planks, straw crates, all go to the port. And right now we do have 8,000 liters of pig food on here, but it's going to go into the shed and I'll have to take it back out. It looks like this building's getting full, but I think it's actually technically only half full. I expect to run into this building at some point. It acts like it's laggy over here, which it is. And I said I was going to mention again, I just did. Alright, pig food. Pig food. Oh, wait. It was straw crates, right? Great. I got to go back in there. Straw crates. Straw crates, yes. Straw crates, since I'm here. Straw crates, wood beams, pig food. Wood beams. Only 11 of those? Okay, wood beams there. Let's see, straw crates, empty those out. And I don't think I'm going to be able to fit much more on here. And right now it says it's full. All right, let's go take this over to the port. I might actually have some wood beams still at the sawmill. So I might grab those. And I also got to go over here later on tonight and make sure I empty out all the productions. Oh, I do need to bring some sugar beet over. And possibly do some cut sugar beet as well. I'm not leasing that big grain cart again, just because we don't have anything that can haul it on over. Alright, so we're just shy of 100,000. Hopefully I can sell this all in one go. Alright, so just shy of 50,000. That's 46, 47, 40, yeah, about 48,000. So that's not too bad. If I get a little like that, I'd be happy with it. Let's see how much more we got. So this is what we got. Oh, the pig food and straw crates. Some wood beams there. Those are the wood beams, right? Yes, they are. Just want to make sure I wasn't grabbing the long planks, but everything here is going to the port. $24,000 liters of pig food. And actually, after I gave the cows some straw, I got a lot of straw bales, and really I should have brought those over to be processed. But I think October/November, no, September, October was the best time to sell them, even though we're selling some today as well. So rushing over here to get the straw back in to get it produced for next year. Not a priority. Maybe I'll do that in December through the winter months. Yeah, so that got us up to 200,000. Now the canola oil, which I think we made like in the first couple episodes. I need to go to here. Canola oil is going to be in here, right? Let's go ahead and spawning. And hopefully by the time I get over there, it'll be spawned. And it's only going right to that little hut over there. And is it 1,000 liters or 2,000 per? Alright, so we're going to have 3 more pallets here in a second. Now just one more. You're really going to make me wait for it that long? Give me the pallet. Give me the pallet. Oh, while I'm here actually at a production building, I just saw the video of the map that's going to be coming out in November by Giants that they did at FarmCon, and they kind of showed some production buildings that are going to be there. I guess piano making is something we're going to be able to do. They didn't really show anything that would make me think it's going to be like Silver Run, where we got to build anything for production buildings or anything like that. But then again, it's only July. I don't say only July, but maybe they'll add something like that later on. Have no idea. Kind of a flat, if you didn't see it, is it Zelensk? I can't remember the name of the map. But the one coming out in November, yeah, it's kind of like a flat, open map, really. Like long fields and such. So 12,000 liters of clothing. We're almost out of cotton here, unfortunately. But we still got like maybe like 5,000 or 6,000 liters left. Right, I was going to say that's enough. And that's good enough for at least today. I don't want to be sitting there waiting. Daylight hours are dwindling away as I'm trying to get some of the production buildings, make sure to keep up and running. Flavored milk, I need to make sure that keeps up and running. Not too worried about the dairy, because the dairy, since we upgraded that so much, actually has a lot of capacity in there. So even though there's a lot of pallets outside, I'm not going to worry too much about running out of space there. But the flavored milk is doing great. It's going to be a great day when that price is looking good. I mean, we could check the stock market page to see how much we got sitting in inventory and how much it's worth, but I think we'll just, I wanted to say keep it a secret. You may have seen it. I mean, you can. I mean, I scrolled up and down that page a couple times already this episode, so you can always go back, pause it, and see how much I got if you want. All right, I think I am good enough over here. So now I'm going to go park this back by the potato production, and we need to finish up that grass field. And I'm going to guess next month that the birch trees that we planted, I think they'll start making an appearance. And I'm just going to wait here just for one more second. Make sure I get one more load out of there. And if I do that, then we should have enough space in there for those potatoes to be processed that are going through. And we should be all set. Alright. That is taken care of. Let's grab the John Deere. And now we'll grab the baler. Now, I've done this before, what we're about to do, which is where I windrow it and have a worker follow behind me with the baler, and also the wrapper. But I don't expect the wrapper to do a great job, because the wrapper all depends on the bale coming out of the back of the baler, which, as we all know, does not always just fall straight off. It's nice and square. So I think, I don't know how far we're going to get before the wrapper has an issue, but we shall see. Alright, that's ready to go. Let's see, put that on down. Okay, turn that on, and then put this on follow me. And I want you to be 40 meters back. Okay, so a couple things I gotta make sure I do here. Make sure I turn on automatic drop. Okay, same thing. Put it on follow me. Make sure you're following the John Deere, which you... No. Apparently that was Kim. Kim? No. Yes, you're following... Nope. I thought it was showing the John Deere. I might be looking at the wrong thing when I do this here. No, it's following... There we go. I kind of forgot. It can do bolded letters, and that lets me know, because I'm an idiot. Okay, so now it's following the John Deere. Let's see, 25 meters back, but I also want you to have an offset. Oh, and I can't change it while you're... Oh, because I was doing shift, not control. I think it's 2.5 meters. Alright, let's see how this goes. I think it's 2.5 meters offset is where I need to be. Okay, turn on the windrower. And semi-dry grass here. I think the baler is going to do rather well, because we're not going to have that big of a swath like we normally would, because the grass wasn't at full height. So not as much to put into a swath. Let's see, my working speed's 11. I think the baler is 10, and the wrapper really doesn't have a working speed. So I'm just waiting to see a baler to come out the back, or a bale to come out the back. And hitting trees like that is just going to throw. Okay, that's my bad. It's not going to pick up that swath right there, but that's, you know, we can clean that up later. So I think we're kind of money-wise. I think what we'll do is we'll probably pay off $200,000 off the loan. That'll leave me about $15,000 to play with. And I think last time when we slept through the night, we lost about 10 grand or so because we got the wind turbine is always running. So that's going to make us money through the night as we also pay off, or not pay off, but the loan interest rate of 20 grand. All right, so the wrapper did pick up one bale, but it missed the next one. That's the only problem with a wrapper following that baler, is just because the bales are not always going to fall off directly and place it down in the same spot all the time. And the wrapper doesn't have a wide pickup area, so we're going to just let it keep on following. It did pick up the next bale. It's going to pick up some, it's going to miss some. The problem comes into the point of where a bale that's been missed gets caught between, you know, it'll get stuck in the wrapper somehow. So we'll have to take care of it then at some point. But if it does most of them, I'll be happy. And the good thing, the only reason why I think I'm able to do it, well, there's a couple reasons. The wrapper is a fast wrapper because I modified it, so I'm not going to have bales piling up for the wrapper. We're not, you know, the bales aren't going to be going through that fast. And we're not actually going to be getting that many bales out of the back because we don't have that much grass to pick up. But once we got started here, you can see the bales are actually coming out faster than I thought they were. So how big are these bales here? So 6,500 for the conditioned grass bales. How much are the semi-dry grass bales? How big are they? I got told they were bigger. So 7,250. So another 750 liters in a bale. Yeah, they are bigger. I'm just trying to figure out, for me, is it worth all the extra work? Because normally what I could do is just get in the Krone Big M, mow the grass, just do conditioned grass, put it right into a swath. So I don't have to ted it. I won't have to windrow it. And, yeah, I would just have to get into a baler and do it that way. But, you know, to each his own, whatever you feel like doing. So far the bales are coming out rather well. So I think so far, it's hard to tell. Maybe I missed one down the bottom corner. But you can see we got one here. So instead of making corners with swaths, I'm just going to go back up and down the field like this. So all the conditioned grass bales, like I mentioned before, that we had, I did take them out of the shed. They've all been wrapped, although I did place a couple of extra down in front of the sheep so they can just keep on taking it. So I want to make sure they got a good full trough. But when the winter comes, we'll have to feed the sheep the hay, the sugar beet, the grain grist, and what's the other one? Grain grist, sugar beet, hay, oh, and whole crop silage, which I'm trying to remember. Did I do that this year, or did I forget? Boy, it's been a while since we actually did the harvest. I can't remember if I did whole crop silage. I hope I did. I think we did. Yeah, I think we did it in the field behind us, right? Yeah, I think so. I think we did. Yes, we did miss a bale down here in the corner. That's not a big deal. It actually is dropping bales faster than I thought it would. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out now. So, I mean, is it worth it? Well, time-wise, I'm just trying to, you know, some people have said, oh, they cut the grass once it's ready for harvest, meaning every 2 months they'll cut the grass. I go every 3 to get the extra height on it, to get more yield off of it. But are you getting that, you know, I haven't done the test, and I really haven't looked online to, you know, see if anyone's made a video. Throughout a farming season, is it better off we get more grass by cutting it twice in a year, or we get more grass by cutting it 3 times in a year? Or sorry, every 3 months compared to every 2 months. Which way do you get more grass in a season? I just don't think I'll ever go to 2 months every time, just because, although I did it this time, so ignore that. But for the most part, you know, trying to do it, if I did it every 2 months, we'd be doing a lot of grass work all the time. And when it comes to making videos, you know, you don't want to see me do the same job day in and day out. You need to see jobs change. You know, I got to try to keep it interesting. At least I hope it's interesting by doing so. And that's why sometimes I do what would be considered weird stuff, just because you got to change up and try something different. It may not be the best option for the farm, money-wise, or what have you, but sometimes you just got to change it up a little bit. All right, I got to wait for these guys to come on through so I can continue. But while we're waiting, let me dive on in and tell the bank they can take $200,000. So not as much as I was, you know, hoping for, but it's still a pretty good chunk. No, I want to leave myself, yeah, 15,000. So we're almost getting to where, you know, it's almost below 20,000 a month. Even though it seems like we paid off a lot, we were at what, 33,333, I think, when we had the $10 million loan. So getting it down to about 20,000. But hey, by getting it down that far, we're saving ourselves 13 grand a month. So you can see the color bale that I chose for this year for silage bales. And I wasn't going to try to get this little piece before I went over to the other grass field, but I don't want my workers going into the water. Raise that on up. I just realized, well, they should have no problem coming through here, but the Vultra is 2.5 meters offset. This could be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to be. Yeah, this could be a problem for the Vultra. If not, they might be already in the water. Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, they're right on the edge, so I mean that looks like it was all planned out, but it wasn't. I'm going to have a problem like I always do when I windrow over here, because the windrow does not like that hill. It just slides down it. Now the weird thing is the tedder doesn't do that, but the windrower does. When I tether the grass, you can kind of see I had no problem, but when I go over there with the windrower, it's going to slide on down the hill and do a whole bunch of weird stuff. So, I mean, this pretty much wraps up the farming season. Just got to finish up the work here in the grass field. I'll worry about fertilizing it. Maybe I'll do it in December. All depends on what the weather's like. We can check it out here in just a second. I'll take care of the production buildings the rest of this month. Of course, I'll take care of the animals like I always do. The sheep should be fine, but it's the cows. I just gave them straw, so of course they're going to need water, but I'll give them water like at 10, 11 o'clock at night. They should make it through in the morning, I hope. And of course, they need their TMR. I'll have to come over here and pick up all these bales, put them away. Alright, excuse the Superman strength. That's going to have to be moved for now. And here comes where the windrower is just going to slide on down the hill. But what it does, at least, it spits out the swath way down at the bottom. I mean, that is just terribly bad here. So next time when I come through, I can kind of swath it closer to the edge of the field where it's not as hilly. But at least we're cleaning up the field. I had some swath left over from when I made hay last time, so we should be able to pick up more of it. And how's my baler and wrapper doing? Yeah, they're about right where they should be. So yeah, like I was saying, this farming season is just about wrapping up. I don't really count December as this farming season, but I'll finish up baling up this field here, like I said, and I'll pick up the bales, put them away. Maybe do some cleaning up around the farm. I think we sold, while I wait for them to catch up a little bit, I think we sold everything that, you know, would be wise for us to sell. Planks along, looks like I got some more planks to sell if I wanted to. Liquid fertilizer we keep. And everything else, I mean, there's some mildly green ones here, but that should all be sold in January. But that's all silage and stuff, so nothing appropriate right now. I may actually sell some of this grain grist. I've had that for a couple years. We don't go through it that much, so I may go ahead and sell some of that. That's a good price. Yeah, we will. Since I'm in here, I will look. So we don't actually have that much soy milk, but chocolate milk and strawberry milk, we got about $300,000 there. And of course, just remember, this is all without our bonus score. Clothing is the big one, but yeah, we're not do as good in clothing. Well, it's still $1 million, and we're still gonna do a little bit better than that. Still got more clothing to make, so that's gonna help us on out. And what's 128 sugar beet? Oh, that's right. I got to bring sugar beet over as well. And of course, I got all this grain. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. So, yeah, getting the loan paid off by the end of next season, which we're going to be into here in about an episode or two. The next episode will probably be the winter months, and then it'll be the beginning of the next farming season. So it'll be paying off $6 million in a year, which I think it can be possible, but it's also going to be a stretch to do so. But we'll see. The coffee beans, yeah, that's going to probably help us out quite a bit as well. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Hinterland. But until then, have a good one.